Apple is opening up a new beta version of its iOS operating system for consumers to test. So, what does this mean for iOS users and for Apple investors? Joining us now to talk about this is Max Wolf. He's the chief economist over at Manhattan Venture Partners. And Max, I mean, we've seen this happen with Apple and its Mac systems, its operating systems before. So why does Apple doing this with its beta version of its iOS mobile platform for consumers instead of sticking with developers as it usually does for its beta testing process?
So great question, and thanks for having me. I think what we are seeing here is another milestone. iOS, or the mobile platform, is the future and the majority of the present for Apple. And I think we're also seeing the globalization of the world reflected by Apple. Increasingly, mobile products are offered almost simultaneously or simultaneously all over the world. So you have to be able to appeal to all different cultures, all different groups, all different usage patterns. And the only way to really get a proper A/B or statistical rollout test to iron out these bugs is to do it global. The other big issue here is that all these time frames are constricted. So we used to see a new phone maybe every 16 months. We're going to see it more like a little bit less than every year. We used to see major operating system updates maybe once a year. We're going to see them maybe twice a year. So you need the public out there working with you to fix it better, faster, and more representatively, because Apple is a huge global company with a little bit of time to perfect each operating system before the public gets fickle and the news articles about bugs start showing up and doing some damage.
So this is all about a numbers game, and we know without question that Apple sells more mobile devices, iPads and iPhones, than it does Mac computers. So here's the issue. Do you think that this testing, the beta testing with iOS, with consumers, is going to result in a better version of its iOS product?
Yeah, I do. I think we're going to get more robust A/B testing. We're going to get more things fixed faster. So we're going to have a better full release, because what the beta does is really get you ready to have a better, less buggy, less quirky, less problematic full market release. And the other thing we're going to get is we're going to get more diverse, interesting feedback. The world uses Apple, and one of the laws of Web 2.0 computing is you never really know how the public's going to use your technology, your hardware, your software, and what flaws or cool features they're going to find in it. The broader your beta test, the better off you are. What you give up is a little bit of secrecy, but we're seeing Apple get a little bit, and I stress a little bit, looser on that. And the other thing is, if you want to be the global behemoth and dominant player doing everything everywhere all the time, which Apple is and does want to continue to be, then there's only so secretive you can afford to be.
Apple has said it's already sold its 700 millionth iPhone. It's a massive, massive number here, and there's no question, no secret, that the iPhone is the profit driver for Apple. So, how should investors view this move to open up this kind of testing and try to improve the iOS product?
So, I think as an investor, this is good news. I don't know if it's the biggest story or the future driver of the shares in any long-term context, but it is an important data point. And I think what people need to understand is Apple needs to do things differently. And what I really like about this is also what I like about the new phones, the 6 and the 6 Plus. It's Apple kind of exercising the ghost of Steve Jobs. The world has changed. Apple needs to be in the world now, doing things now, responding to the needs of the consumer and the enterprise now. They can't be kind of trying to always figure out what the ghost of Steve Jobs would want, and seeing them move away from some of the hallmark cultural and innovation techniques, however successful and impressive they were of the past, means they're embracing a future, and if they want to stay dominant in the future, they have to embrace that future.
All right, Max, it's all about evolution over at Apple, and it seems like they're taking that next step with this particular move. Thanks so much, Max Wolf, chief economist over at Manhattan Venture Partners, and thanks for watching The Tech Bet. I'm Dominic Chu. Have a great day.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thank you so much for checking out our channel. You can subscribe by clicking right here to check out the latest Mad Money CEO interviews, market news, financial advice, and product unboxing. Enjoy!